this is such a mess right now. I have like books everywhere. Hi everyone, I'm Kelsey. Thanks for stopping by my channel, and today I'm going to reveal another reading challenge I'm gonna do this year. Because, you know, we just all need another reading challenge, right? So I am actually going to reorganize my bookshelves, put book of the month books on one shelf, because I have like 60 to 80 book of the month books, I think, that I haven't read. It might be lower than that, but at last count last year, that's where I was, and I didn't read that many this year. So my goal is to read through my book of the months. I've canceled my membership, which is crazy, and I always get like drawn by their announcements, so hopefully I don't re-up, but I cannot renew until I've read all my book of the month books. So this year I'm going to read down my book of the months. So right now we're just gonna do a brief accounting of all the book of the months that I have to read. Enjoy me organizing my shelves right now. I think I'm gonna make this shelf be my book of the months. We'll see. So Houston, I have a problem. I have so many unread book of the months. Yeah. Hopefully they all fit in the spots I cleared out, because it was hard to like condense my shelf. So I'm gonna count here and then I'll let you know how many I have. Okay, I have 52 unread book of the months. Which, okay, I guess I read down a little bit from last year. That's good. So you might be asking, why didn't you just look at your app to see how many unread book of the months you have? But that's because I've also bought some used that I'm still kind of classifying as a way to read down my shelf. Because again, one of my biggest priorities this year is to read down my own shelf. So I thought it'd be kind of fun to go through the books that I have on my book of the month shelf and just kind of see what my thoughts are and why I picked them. And maybe talk about some reading goals or ideas that I have for some vlogs coming up, whatever. So let's just kind of dive in and see what I've got. Okay, so I actually lied. Sorry, you're gonna hear my dogs because I'm down here. So I actually lied. I have 55 book of the months that I need to read. Not that it really makes a huge difference. First, I'm gonna go through the ones that I've picked for other challenges already this year. So The Heart's Invisible Furies, Winter Counts, and the Book of Magic are for the Buzzwordathon from Books and Lala. And then this stack, there's a secret TBR in here that I won't be talking about, but I have Fair Play. Sorry, you guys, you're gonna get crazy camera angles. Okay, so I have Fair Play. I'm reading this with some friends who are also moms of younger kids, and like as we balance the dynamics of being married and having kids, who shares the most responsibility in the house. So we're reading this. This will be really fun. Recursion is for 12 books recommended by 12 friends. This is the newest release that I've grabbed, Queen of Thieves. It sounds like female Peaky Blinders. I'm trying to be a Practical Magic series completist, so I have Book of Magic and Magic Lessons to read still. And then I've got Cast, Behold the Dreamers, Queenie, and then Take My Hand is one of the 12 books recommended by 12 friends. So those are a start. The worst book cover ever, Vladimir, but I've heard fantastic things about this. The Buried, nonfiction about Egypt. I am contemplating unhauling this because I tried it once, DNF, but I'm gonna give it one more go. The Power, I love this. It's about women who rule society and I think can electrocute men. The Wonders Being Made into a TV Show. I got this for a book club one time. This was hyped one time, right? I don't know. Okay, if you have a dad in your life or a husband, Eric Larson is phenomenal. I also love him, but this is a honker. I'm gonna read all of these this year. Mark my words. If not, you can judge me in a year. Still Lives. I think this is about art. Priest Daddy is a memoir about an ex-Catholic priest, which I'm an ex-Catholic, so I just think this will be really fun. I've actually really wanted to read this on more than one occasion, and I just haven't picked it up. So we're like not even halfway through in my stacks. Hope you guys enjoy my commentary. This is always super hyped, A Good Girl's Guide to Murder. I think I'll read it really fast. This is one that I bought used, but I included it in my stack. A fantasy that I think sounds really intriguing is The Stardust Thief. I love Kakai, and I like kind of do really trust Book of the Month's fantasy picks. Teresa Ann Fowler, A Good Neighborhood. I've heard really mixed things about this one, so it might be one I DNF in the end, but still want to try it. And then I loved A Gentleman in Moscow, so Amor Towles, The Lincoln Highway sounds absolutely great. Okay, I'm like really sweaty because of reorganizing my bookshelves. I don't know what The Winter Sister is about, but it looks like a thriller. Sounds interesting. Writers and Lovers by Lily King was a book club pick for Modern Mrs. Darcy, so I want to catch up on old book club books, so this is why you might see a few Modern Mrs. Darcys in here. When We Were Bright and Beautiful is like a sexual assault novel. I think it kind of is like reminiscent of Brock Turner. I have this on audio too, so this one just sounds really up my alley with like my legal background. And then I was supposed to read this last year for, I think, Books and Lala's Literally Dead Book Club, and I didn't, but it's Ruth Ware, the It Girl. I've never read Ruth Ware, so maybe this will be the year. I have been seeing a lot of love on A History of Wild Places from like Gwen and Jess, and so I'm really excited about this. I know that how it's hyped is not what it's actually about, so I'm trying to not pay attention to like how it's described. Does that make sense? I don't want the hype to ruin it. And then The Age of Light is also an art book, but it's based in Paris. Maybe I'm seeing some themes, so they might create some reading vlogs for me. We'll see. Okay. I re-upped my account last year with the same intention to read all of mine, and then I just re-upped. So Fiona and Jane, I believe this is like short stories of friends over years. Spinning Silver, I loved Uprooted by Naomi Novik, and I love fairy tale retellings, so I'm very excited to read this. Things We Do in the Dark would be my first Jennifer Hiller. I know she's very, very loved in the BookTube, Bookstagram world, so just interested in this. This has not gotten the best reviews, I don't think, so I might not like it. The Philosopher's Flight, half science, half magic, entirely fantastic. I don't know much about it, but it just looks so fun, and I know if you guys ever remembered Madeline from Top Shelf Text on Bookstagram, she really liked this. Some new ones from last year, Sign Here, The Hacienda, Other Birds by Sarah Addison Allen. She's a like beloved author of mine, so definitely am excited about that. Some hype books I didn't get to, but I know I'll love. Ask Again Yes by Mary Beth Keane. She actually has a new book coming out that I have on NetGalley. A Woman Is No Man. And then Normal People by Sally Rooney. I really do want to read this one this year. And then I got a free book for my birthday and a free book of the year book. So the one that I chose was A Flicker in the Dark. Guys, we're down to 2 more stacks. Okay. American Fire is like an investigative journalism story that sounds really interesting. Sweet Little Lies, it looks a lot like Long Bright River for a cover. Let's see if I can do this. Like, come on. And I think they're both kind of crime thrillers. I've read one other book by Liz Moore and I didn't love it, so I'm a little nervous because this got a lot of hype. A book club book I didn't finish last year is The Book of Longings. I've never read Leon Moriarty, so I have 3 books by her, but this is the only book of the month. 9 Perfect Strangers. The Stranger in the Woods is another nonfiction that I think sounds really fascinating. I think this, so The Nest, and then Before the Fall, were 2 of my very first book of the month purchases, along with My Name is Lucy Barton, which I read last year. And then this is a newer one, The Light Pirate. It's like climate fiction. It sounds really interesting. Early Riser by Jasper Ford is a sci-fi too, I think. I just don't really know what it's about, but I got it like 4 years ago, so we'll see. And then another hyped thriller I never read was The Wife Between Us. And I know these authors, Greer Hendricks and Sarah Buchanan, have multiple books now together, so they're really popular. And then the last two, Wendy Walker's Emma in the Night. And then one I'm really excited about is Marrying the Ketchups. So there's 55 books for you that I gotta read. Quite overwhelming, but you know. So I am going to start. I don't know what I will read in January. I might, because I didn't throw any on my TBR, but in February I do have a secret TBR planned, so you guys will get to see some of that. Yay for making another reading goal that I didn't want to do. Like, I didn't want to have ambitious reading goals, but I also want to read down my shelves because I do have a lot of really good books. So this is this would be 55 books from my own shelf, and I think I own over like 300. That would be a good thing to like knock down this year. And I do read that percentage of my own books anyways, so we'll see. I am a mood reader, so things could really change, but I think this is a reasonable goal. I hope. Okay. Let me know in the comments if you're doing any fun, crazy reading challenges this year, but otherwise, thank you so much for stopping by. Wish me luck. I'm already like really hot thinking about it, but also just from like working. I'm gonna finish this out with some B-roll of me putting the books on my shelf and then call it a day. So thanks everybody. Okay, real quick. So throughout the next year of me vlogging, if you guys could ask me how I'm doing on my book of the month goal to just pressure me to read my book of the month, that would be great. But otherwise, please, again, just please pressure me to read my book of the month so that I can actually hit my reading goal. But thanks for listening to this ambitious but doable TBR/reading challenge. Leave me a comment, be sure to like and subscribe and help me grow my channel, and I forever appreciate all of you. Bye.